This video is about how real wealth is built quietly, without attention, without envy, and without anyone knowing what you're really doing. If you've ever felt that moving silently is safer than announcing your goals, or sensed that showing ambition only invites interference, you're already thinking correctly. Most people lose wealth before they ever build it, not to bad decisions, but to exposure. In this video, you'll learn 9 Machiavellian rules that protect your ambition, your money, and your freedom by keeping them hidden. Stay until the end, because the final rule determines whether everything you build survives or collapses. Your ambition is fragile in its early stages, like a small flame in a cold world. Once you expose it, jealousy, doubt, or interference can snuff it out. When you speak openly about ambition, quiet progress turns into a public performance, weighed down by other people's opinions and expectations. Keep your ambition private. Let it remain a hidden source of strength, protected, controlled, and growing where no one can touch it. Human nature follows a current, predictable and unrelenting. When you broadcast your ambitions, you invite envy, scrutiny, and resistance. The wise strategist moves quietly, allowing others to underestimate them. Keep your outward demeanor modest, your true intentions concealed. While others are distracted by noise and attention, you build in silence. Real power lives in understatement, mastering the game while appearing not to play at all. The desire to look rich is a trap, a gilded cage built for short-lived approval. Every flashy display signals vulnerability, quietly placing a target on your back. True power never needs to announce itself. Looking ordinary is a form of armor. Wealth should be a tool, not an identity. Let your capital work in the background, unseen. Separate wealth from appearance, and you reclaim freedom most people never experience. Perception shapes reality. By blending in, you control how others see you and what they choose to reveal. The man in the plain work shirt hears the truth, not the performance people put on. Let your wealth live in your freedom, not on your wrist. Discretion is the highest form of luxury. Master your substance, never become a servant to your style. The third rule is to control the flow of information. Every detail you share about your finances is a door left open. Silence becomes your fortress, a solid wall protecting your freedom. When questioned about your success, offer a calm smile or a gentle deflection. Let your life resemble a still lake, quiet on the surface, depth hidden below. The less others know, the more complete your freedom becomes. If this perspective is sharpening how you think, a quiet like for the video helps keep this channel focused. And if you value restraint over noise, consider subscribing. To disclose is to make yourself vulnerable. Every detail you reveal becomes a thread. With enough threads, even the strongest can be tied down. Speak openly about your wealth, and you offer the tools others can use against you. Treat your financial life like a state secret. In a world obsessed with sharing, your silence becomes your greatest advantage. The truly wealthy build quiet systems, engines that produce income without drawing attention or needing applause. Unlike the showman or the constant worker, the architect designs structures that run on their own, creating a steady, silent river of revenue. Your role is to become this architect. Focus on building self-sustaining businesses, investments and assets that work in the background, allowing you to control your time and live with quiet strength. Spectacle is temporary, a bright display that disappears just as quickly. Real power lives in structure, the quiet, often uncelebrated work of building durable systems for wealth. While others chase attention and applause, the strategist works in the shadows, owning the theatre, not merely stepping onto the stage. The most dangerous trap is tying your identity to your net worth. When your self-worth moves with the market, control slips away. Money begins to control you. Real power comes from keeping your sense of self separate and untouched by financial highs and lows. Wealth is a tool, not who you are. That separation becomes your psychological fortress. Chasing public validation for wealth is a risky game. The more you seek applause, the more you invite envy, attention, and exposure. Real power is quiet. It is felt, not displayed. Find validation in what you build, not in the approval of strangers. When you stop needing to look rich, you become free to be genuinely wealthy. Consider the mayfly, alive for a single frantic day. No past, no future, only restless movement. Most people treat their ambitions the same way, chasing urgency and short-lived trends. But real power comes from patience, allowing time to work on your behalf. Step away from the chaos. Watch carefully. Let opportunities mature. When used deliberately, time becomes your quiet and most powerful ally. Building real wealth is an act of patience, an unseen design supported by time and long vision. Think of your wealth as a forest, planted quietly and tended with care. While others build mansions that collapse under pressure, your forest develops deep roots and lasting strength. The real reward is not applause, but the security that comes from a position built slowly over time. Lasting wealth is a marathon, run in solitude and won through patience. Society is a vast stage, and each setting demands a different mask. Authenticity may feel comforting, but adaptability is power. Identity is a tool. The wise learn to shift and blend, never becoming predictable. A fixed identity becomes a cage. Keep your true self concealed and shape how the world perceives you. Master the use of masks and preserve your freedom. Mastering this skill requires calm, detached observation of human nature. Before stepping into any new environment, study it carefully. What values dominate here? What is praised and what is quietly disliked? Is wealth admired or treated with suspicion? Is ambition rewarded or punished? Think like an actor preparing for a role, learning the script by watching the other players. Your performance must be precise, your mask seamless. The aim is to blend in so completely that your presence feels natural, ordinary, and entirely non-threatening. Now, consider how this applies in practice. With family, you may wear the mask of the careful but constrained provider, someone managing money out of necessity. This quietly discourages requests for large loans and keeps financial envy from infecting your closest relationships. In your professional life, you become the dependable specialist, not the bold visionary. This shields you from the politics and quiet sabotage that gather at the top. Online, you remain a ghost, minimal presence, no visible financial trail, denying data brokers and social manipulators the information they seek. Each mask must be worn with full conviction. It cannot feel empty or exaggerated. You must step into the role, understand its motives, and speak its language. This takes empathy, but empathy used as a strategic tool. You sense what others feel, not to bond with them, but to better anticipate and influence them. This level of control is demanding. It requires constant awareness and a clear divide between the self that performs and the self that observes. It is emotional discipline at its highest level. Wearing a mask so naturally that at times even you forget it is there. The final and most important mask is the one you wear alone. It is the mask of the quiet student of power, humble, watchful, never satisfied, never arrogant, and never deceived by his own performance. This is the face that recognizes the game, reviews the day's scenes, and plans the next move. It is the identity of the strategist, the one who understands that every other persona is only a tool. By wearing many masks for the world, yet keeping one true hidden face for yourself, you create complete psychological security. You become untouchable. Your wealth stays concealed. Your power remains absolute. Living discreetly in a loud world can be mentally demanding. Having a neutral professional space to think clearly can make the difference between reacting and staying in control. Online therapy offers private, flexible sessions designed for clarity, not judgment. There's a link in the description, and you can use the code THERAPY20 for 20% off if you choose to explore it. There is strength in being underestimated. When others misjudge you, you move freely, unnoticed, unburdened by expectation, like a ghost within the system. Like a lion concealed in tall grass, your real power stays hidden. Let them believe what they want. Their arrogance becomes the walls of your fortress. Within it, your knowledge and intent grow quietly, protected from the world's attention. In any negotiation, the one who is underestimated holds a quiet, decisive edge. When others assume superiority, their guard relaxes. You observe, collect information, and remain patient. Their assumptions shield you. Your progress stays hidden behind their confidence. And when you finally move, it comes from a place they never thought to watch. The advantage was never your strength. It was the ignorance they chose to maintain. There is a moment for silence and a moment for deliberate revelation. Act only when your position is secure, when your wealth and power cannot be challenged and your foundation is solid. Build quietly and patiently, like a fortress forming unseen in the fog. Only when your position cannot be threatened do you show your hand. Security is not a feeling. It is absolute dominance. Revelation is not arrogance, but timing. A shift made only when concealment no longer serves you. Like a chess master, you expose your position only when the outcome is certain, not to impress, but to state reality. Your power becomes undeniable, drawing respect rather than envy. The world adjusts to your presence. Your wealth becomes gravity, silent, immovable, and absolute. The principles we've covered are not promises of happiness, nor lessons in morality. They are a framework for power. They describe the quiet rules behind the hidden accumulation and protection of influence in a world that is loud, invasive, and constantly distracting. To hide ambition is to protect your freedom of movement. To separate wealth from appearance is to shield yourself from judgment. To control information is to possess the only currency that truly endures. These are not simple tactics, but a philosophy of restraint, a discipline that keeps the self in check against its own vanity. And we've seen why quiet systems matter, structures that work for you unseen, far from the glare of public attention. We've explored the danger of a financial identity, the ego's urge to be defined by what it owns. To protect what is yours, you must learn how to become invisible when needed. We've seen the quiet leverage of time, the patient strategist's greatest ally, steadily compounding advantage while others burn themselves out in rushed, short-sighted pursuits. We've also understood the need for masks, the flexibility to present different faces to a world that demands simple, readable roles. To allow others to underestimate you is to convert their arrogance into your advantage, their dismissal into your camouflage. And finally, to move only when your position is absolute is to know the difference between a reckless gamble and an unavoidable certainty. It is the final seal on your fortress. The moment stored potential turns into undeniable force. Each rule forms a layer of protection, a wall between your true position and the prying hands of the world. They create the structure of a private kingdom, built not from stone, but from silence, patience, and perception. True wealth is quiet. The world sees only what you permit it to see. The cathedrals of finance, the towers of commerce, the loud spectacle of the marketplace, these belong to others. They are the distraction. Your world is different. It is calm, inward, and governed by your own rules, measured by your own standards. What you have built was built in the shadows. What you control completely. The rest belongs to you alone. If this video gave you clarity, like it. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Share it with someone who understands silence. Subscribe for more strategic psychology. And watch the next video. It continues this line of thinking.